Welcome back to The Explainer. So today, we're diving into something really exciting that's been making some serious waves in the railway community. It's called Rail Choupal. If you've been looking for, well, a dedicated digital home for railway professionals, you're in exactly the right place. Let's get right into it. Have you ever caught yourself wondering, where on earth can railway professionals from all departments, finance, engineering, operations, you name it, actually gather to learn, connect, and innovate together? Because for the longest time, we've kind of had to rely on fragmented WhatsApp groups and scattered documents, right? Well, Real Choupal steps right in as the ultimate answer to that missing centralized community hub. It's literally built to fill that exact void. Now, right off the bat, let's be super clear about what this platform actually is. RailChoupal.in is a totally private, independent community portal. It's not, I repeat, not an official platform of the Ministry of Railways, the Railway Board, or any PSU. Actually, it's a passion project. It was built from the ground up by Alok Bhatnagar, a retired Indian Railways accounts service officer who is completely dedicated to giving back and serving the railway finance community. Okay, let's dive into this. Who is this actually for? Well, the absolute beauty of Rail Choupal is how inclusive it is. Whether you're a serving officer actively managing major projects, or a retired officer bringing, decades of invaluable institutional memory. Whether you're a hardcore finance professional or maybe a non-finance professional who just really needs some practical insights, this portal is for you. It bridges all those departmental gaps just beautifully. So the whole platform is basically anchored by four really powerful words, which also happen to make up its official tagline: update, learn, discuss, innovate. Now, these aren't just corporate buzzwords. These four words actually represent the four core modules of the site, and we're going to take a quick tour through each of them right now to show you exactly how they can elevate your day-to-day work. Section 1, Update and Learn, fueling your knowledge.
First up is the Update module, which they call Finance Watch. And look, this isn't just some generic news feed you'd find anywhere. It's highly curated news, neatly organized into three distinct buckets: Indian Railways, Railway Public Sector Enterprises like IRFC, IRCON, and RVNL, and then Global Railways. The really crucial takeaway here is that you aren't just getting raw news dumps. Every single curated item comes with a tight synopsis, and, this is huge, expert commentary specifically from an Indian Railways perspective, complete with links right back to the original sources.
And this brilliantly illustrates just how well the developer actually understands the modern professional's crazy schedule, the audio assist feature. Both the quick news updates and the much deeper articles come with this built-in tool that reads the item aloud to you. Think about it. You can tackle your morning commute or take an evening walk while effortlessly catching up on vital railway finance developments. It makes staying in the loop so much more accessible. Next up, we move over to the Learn module, basically the Knowledge Hub. And just look at how deeply structured this library is. It tailors the content to very specific career needs. Like, there's a primer on artificial intelligence and how it actually applies to railway finance. If you happen to be on deputation to a public sector enterprise, well, the corporate finance section has you totally covered on governance and raising capital. And for our retired officers handling active cases, there's a dedicated conciliation and arbitration section. It's perfectly segmented, so you find exactly what you need instantly. What makes this Knowledge Hub genuinely practical, though, is the format. You're not just reading endless walls of web text. The articles include fully downloadable PDFs and presentations. And even better, you can view these documents directly within the app itself without having to clutter up your downloads folder if you're working on the fly. It's absolutely built for immediate, practical application.
Moving right along to Discuss and Innovate, the community voice.
The central feature here is the Choupal, which is the platform's dedicated discussion forum. Now, for those familiar, traditional Choupal is, of course, a village gathering space for open community conversation. This is the digital equivalent. It's brilliantly designed to be completely open for anyone to just browse and read, which really lowers the barrier to entry. But to maintain quality and professional accountability, you do need to log in if you actually want to post a new topic or reply. It really strikes that perfect balance between being an inviting space and a highly professional forum. And working hand in hand with that discussion forum is the Innovate module. Think of this as a constantly growing repository of best practice case studies. When someone in the network figures out a highly effective new approach to accounts administration or financial management, this is exactly where it gets shared. It's pretty much your go-to destination for finding the absolute most cutting-edge, effective practices in the field today. Next up, powerful evaluation tools, practical utilities for daily work. Now, what's really interesting here, before we dive into the daily calculators that will frankly change your workflow, I want to point out the editor's desk. This newly added section features periodic, in-depth insights straight from the developer, Alok Patnagar. It's just an incredible source of ongoing commentary on really crucial railway finance issues. And hey, don't worry at all if you're new to the site. All of the past writings are meticulously archived, so they're always super easy to find.
All right, let's look at the main event of the utility section, the Railway Project Evaluation Suite. Honestly, this is an absolute game changer for anyone doing DPR-style evaluation work. You get these powerful, built-in financial calculators for internal rate of return and net present value, depreciation using both straight-line and written-down value methods, benefit-cost ratios, simple and discounted payback periods, and, yes, even a robust sensitivity analysis tool.
The real-world benefit of this suite, it literally cannot be overstated. Take that sensitivity analysis tool, for instance. It is absolutely essential for testing just how robust a project really is when you inevitably have to start tweaking and varying those cost and revenue assumptions. It completely eliminates those late-night spreadsheet headaches. It just goes to prove that Choupal isn't merely about reading material. It offers highly actionable utilities that are going to simplify your hardest days at the desk.
Finally, let's talk about safe and simple access, joining the community.
Now, you might be thinking, great, another platform, more privacy concerns. But let's look at the comprehensive member directory. Yes, it lets you search for fellow professionals by name, batch year, organization, or even their specific area of expertise, which is fantastic for networking. But here is the most important part. You are entirely in control of your privacy. Every single member decides exactly what they want to share. You can easily toggle your email and mobile number to be hidden or visible. Your contact info stays completely safe and strictly under your own control.
And then there's the login process itself. Because let's be real, absolutely none of us want to invent or remember yet another complicated corporate password, right? The process here is just beautifully frictionless. There are 0 passwords to remember. You simply punch in your email address, securely receive and enter a one-time password, an OTP, and that is it. If you hit Remember Me, you stay logged in for a full 30 days. It is simple, it's secure, and it's completely hassle-free.
So that brings us to the final and definitely the most important question. Are you ready to join this actively growing community? Are you ready to dive in, explore these tools, engage in the forums, and perhaps most importantly, share your own feedback to help shape the future of this platform? The community is already there. They're having ongoing discussions, reading some really insightful articles, and sharing innovative ideas as we speak. Literally, all that's missing is your voice. Register right now at railchoupal.in, experience that simple password-free login for yourself, and join your colleagues in the railway professional's ultimate digital home. After all, with how rapidly the railway sector is evolving these days, can you really afford to be left out of the conversation? Thanks so much for joining me on this explainer, and I'll catch you next time.